I love the energy in this room. It's not very often that we have this kind of buzz going on in here, and we're about to do something a lot of fun. So thank you all for being here. At this time, I'm going to pass the floor over to Chief Mills for our annual Milford Police Department Awards, which is definitely one of our favorite days of the year. So welcome.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2020 MPD Awards. Each of these recipients were nominated by their peers and selected by the awards committee. These 7 members serve in a variety of capacities, but the one thing they all have in common is that they are all ambassadors, and I am proud to serve with them. COVID last year made it difficult for us to host a lot of our outreach events, but that did not stop us from reaching out to make sure our residents knew that we were still here for them. So this short video that I'll start with highlights some of our year.
Ryder has announced his retirement. Sergeant Ryder is a 31-year veteran of the Milford Police Department and served as a patrol officer, field training officer. Law Enforcement Executive Course. I was a founding member. Retirement. Relation to County Communications, 1745.
Sergeant Kreider can't make it tonight, and we will attempt to recognize him at a future council meeting. But the first category of award tonight is the Chief's Commendation. The Chief's Commendation is issued for outstanding performance that demonstrates the core values of integrity, professionalism, cooperation, and commitment. The first recipient of the Chief's Commendation Award this year is Detective Russ Kenny. If you'd come forward, please. So I should probably explain what Guardian Tracking is for those that aren't aware. That is the software that we use to track performance and behavior of our officers, both positive and negative. So you'll notice that Detective Russ Kenny was recognized 10 times in Guardian Tracking for his hard work and dedication in 2020. He also received a letter of appreciation from a victim and was the recipient of the Investigative Award at the 2020 Law Enforcement Awards Banquet in Claremont County. He's described by the Road Patrol as always willing to assist with their cases, and he's also always willing to back them up. He monitors every day. He monitors the radio and responds as a backup officer whenever necessary. So it's my pleasure to issue Detective Kenny a Chief's Commendation. Say a few words? No. Okay. Way to set the bar. Now nobody else has to. The other recipient of a Chief's Commendation Medal for 2020 is Sergeant Mark Kibby. If he'd please come forward. Sergeant Kibby received 4 guardian tracking entries by his supervisor, Chief Mahan, for his teamwork. He also received a guardian tracking entry by a peer. Another sergeant recognized him for his compassion in dealing with the domestic violence victim. He's also been recognized as the supervisor of the most productive squad consistently. He holds very high standards for his officers and assumed command of several high-profile critical incidents in 2020, leading each to a successful, safe conclusion. So it's my pleasure to issue Sergeant Mark Kibby a Chief's Commendation.
Briefly, I just want to thank you, both Chief Mills and Chief Mahan, for the recognition of everyone here tonight. We have nothing less of an outstanding department. I think we all can agree that 2020 was a pretty tough year for all of us. And my particular award's a reflection of my team, not me. I have tremendous buy-in. And so I appreciate all my team members, one of which is here tonight, and she's going to win her own very deserved award tonight. So thank you very much.
If I may, I think your award is a representation of your leadership, so don't sell yourself short. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next award is the Silver Bullet. I should call it the Kirk's Jewelers Silver Bullet because that's where it originated. But the MPD Silver Bullet may be awarded to any member of the department who demonstrates exemplary problem solving. The recipient of the MPD Silver Bullet is then encumbered with the responsibility of identifying the next recipient. The MPD Silver Bullet will never be permanently issued and will pass through the hands of active members indefinitely. This year's recipient is Officer Tara Dennis. If she could please come forward. Officer Dennis was selected by last year's recipient, which was Officer Steve Bogan. In 2020, Tara was recognized 12 times for her exemplary problem solving and teamwork. She was part of a team that delivered a baby, apprehended 2 suspects at the scene of a break-in, handled a road rage incident involving a firearm, and worked the tornadic winds of last April. So it's my pleasure to recognize and pass the Silver Bullet on to Officer Tara Dennis.
Very cool.
Just so Sean can see it. Don't point at me. You want to say anything?
I'm not very good at this. Just want to thank everybody that's here tonight and fellow officers, my sergeant, Sergeant Kibby. This award means a lot to me due to being with Milford only 4 years and a senior officer recognizing me, so that means something to me. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Our next 3 awards are actually proclamations. Service proclamations are issued by the mayor to publicly recognize the dedication and commitment of members who have honorably served a full career in the field of public safety. So I'll have Mayor Velardo and Sergeant Keith Belcher come forward, please.
How are you? I don't know if I have them in certain order. Yep, I do. Look at that. All right, so it is my pleasure on behalf of my council colleagues here tonight to read this proclamation to you. Whereas, actually, I want to put that down there. Sergeant Belcher began his law enforcement career in 1996 as a corrections officer with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. He began his career with the Milford Police Department in 1999. And whereas Sergeant Belcher holds an associate degree in criminal justice from the University of Cincinnati and is a graduate of the Supervisor Training Education Program, the Police Executive Leadership College, and whereas Sergeant Belcher was a patrol officer, field training officer, detective, and honor guard member prior to being promoted to sergeant in 2011. In addition to supervising a patrol squad, he supervises the training committee, and whereas Sergeant Belcher is the recipient of the Milford Police Department Medal of Valor and Physical Fitness Medal. Now, therefore, I, Amy Velardo, on behalf of my colleagues on the Milford City Council, and by all the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Milford, do hereby congratulate and commend Sergeant Keith Belcher for his 22 years of exemplary service to the residents of the city of Milford. Sorry.
If I could have Police Clerk Patricia Banks come forward, please.
Hi. Miss Banks, my neighbor. Whereas Police Clerk Patricia Banks began her police clerk career in 1997 with the Miami Township Police Department and joined Milford Police in 2002. And whereas submitting all the crime statistics to the FBI for the Uniformed Crime Report accident records to the state of Ohio, and whereas she serves as a CALIA accreditation manager, is a member of the Property Room team, the selection committee, manages all special duty assignments, and whereas Clerk Banks is the recipient of the Chief's Commendation Medal. Now, therefore, I, Amy Velardo, on behalf of my council colleagues on the city of Milford, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Milford, do hereby congratulate and commend Police Clerk Patricia Banks for her 19 years of exemplary service to the residents of the city of Milford. Congratulations.
And next, if I could have Officer Megan Eshman come forward.
Thank you. That's great. You had, oh, I had it right. Hi, Megan. All right. Whereas Officer Megan Eshman graduated from Ashland College with a Bachelor of Science degree in 1985 and began her law enforcement career in 1986 as a special deputy with Wayne County. And whereas Officer Eshman went on to serve Medway and Jackson Townships until 2006, when she accepted a position with Milford Police Department. And whereas Officer Eshman is a certified crime prevention officer, a DARE officer. Over the course of her career, she taught thousands of children the importance of making good decisions, served as the treasurer of DARE Ohio, planned Milford PD's first national night out, the only one to feature free hot air ticket rides, balloon rides. Earned the Chief's Commendation Medal, Meritus Service Medal, Physical Fitness Medal, Exceptional Police Service Award, the Operation Holiday Patrol Award, and the Larry J. Oaks Memorial Award. Was there anything else you forgot?
Just one that she hasn't earned. Yeah.
And whereas she holds the distinction of being the only officer to ever appear in an episode of Forensic Files. Now, therefore, I, Amy Villardo, on behalf of my colleagues on the Milford City Council and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Milford, do hereby congratulate and commend Officer Megan Eshman for her 15 years of exemplary service to the residents of the city of Milford. All right, and I recognize that, as Chief stated, Sergeant Kreider could not be with us this night, but I do want to acknowledge that Sergeant Ron Kreider served 32 years of service to the city of Milford, and we do appreciate his service and dedication to the city of Milford. So for that, I would like to say thank you.
And just to make sure we give Megan enough awards, we're going to keep her up here because she is the perennial winner of the annual Operation Holiday Patrol for handing out the most stuffed animals to our children in the community.
Thank you.
Oh, do you want to say a few words?
I was just going to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do something that I love. And that's, I guess, working for you and this community. Thank you.
We love you. Good job.
Yeah. And that concludes the 2020 awards presentation.
But before you run away, you know, one might think just watching that video tonight that it's just all fun and games here, because that video just showed a lot of people having a lot of good time. But as we all know, it's not fun and games every single day. And we truly appreciate everything that every one of you do for each and every one of us. Several of us up here have completed the Citizen Police Academy, and it gave us a taste of what you do on a day-to-day basis. And I, for one, can't even imagine being in your shoes. So I don't know how to express it to you, our true, sincere gratitude for you putting yourselves out there every single day to protect the residents of the city. And for that, we give you a huge thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, can I say a couple things, please?
Yes, sir.
Two things. First, Megan also deserves the Ticket Handwriting Hall of Fame Award. When I read the tickets when they come into court, and when I see a ticket from Megan, I don't even have to know who wrote it. I can tell it's handwriting. You'd have to see a ticket to know what I'm talking about. Two, I've been in Milford law enforcement most of my career, and I am so very proud of this group, this force that we have here, and I consider it a privilege to work with them every single day. So thanks for that opportunity. That's why you can't pry me out of here with a crowbar. I love working with these people.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? All right, well, we'll take a second if you guys, I'm sure you don't want to hang around for the whole meeting. You're more than welcome to. But if you need to gather your things and exit on out, we thank you for your time this evening. And congratulations to all the recipients.